Let me quickly acquaint you with two examples of high contrast themes and show you how the settings are being made. This is my Windows 10 system, and I'll just show a few pages here. For example, this is the this PC page. That is how it would show. Or, for example, down here I have my toolbars. They would show like this. This happens to be with websites and then systems and radio, TV, and programs, etc. Systems, for example. Um, okay. Um, this here is the safely remove. But in Windows 10 they have not completely implemented it yet. There are still areas. For example, if I go into the TP settings, see network settings, that is not yet implemented. This is as per mid of March of the TP system, so I assume they will do that also here. You get an all white page instead of a high contrast page. Now, if you go into Explorer, for example, you also have high contrast here, very nice, etc. So that was just to show you a few examples how they would look like on this system, which is a Windows 10 system. So I think that would be enough. Let's go to start with this system. My very good start menu here, my very good start page. By the way, if you go into the apps, then of course you have the usual colorful apps page, but we wanted to get out of the system here, and we'll shut it down. This is a virtual system which we shut down, and we'll go to the next system. These virtual systems run from my external SSD, and we go to the next system. This, by the way, is the host system, which is Windows 7, but next system is this one, which is Windows 8.1, and let's make that full page also. Okay, and here I chose a slightly different color combination. For example, if you go to this PC here, the background is blue, and you know, those colors, brown and light blue. Or if you go into my toolbars here, websites, that shows in brown. Okay, here the you have a full implementation. So, for example, the Action Center is fully implemented in high contrast, and the Action Center itself also. So let's get out of this. If you go into the Internet Explorer, of course you have the blue background again and the nice high contrast writing in white, which I like. I can see that a lot better than the black on white, because the white glares very much, the white background glares very much. It's not very good for my eyes. Okay, now how do you set that? That's actually very simple. You right click on the desktop and you go to personalize. Go to personalize, and here are the themes that I already made, various themes, including a normal theme which is not high contrast. Then there are a few themes that are suggested by the system, and down here the last ones are the high contrast themes. Okay, if I look at the one that we currently have, for example, I go down here to this color high contrast, and that shows me the various colors here. For example, the background is blue. I click on that, and here is my blue of my background. And by the way, this is indicated here on the scale also, and you can pick another color from the color chart if you wanted to change it. Or you can go here, for example, and say I want this to be a lighter blue. You go with a lighter blue, and then if you want it to change, you have to add to custom colors and say OK, and then it would be the lighter blue, which is shown here. That would be the color if you actually saved and applied it, but we don't want to do that yet. I like hyperlinks to be yellow and text to be white. In the default, which we will look at in a minute, they have that the other way around. Let's look at the default. So again, right click, personalize, and then you go all the way down, and let's pick this default here. Okay, now this is all black in the background. I don't know whether I like that. So if you want to change the background, again you go up here and then you can change it. You can pick a color here from the color chart. I would pick a dark one, of course, or you can change the color combination here. In here, let me show you. I think I have somewhere. I have a somewhere I have the example. Yeah, here I have the example. This is from our previous dark blue one. See, the blue was 85 here. Here the blue is 0. So let's make that 85. 85. Okay. And then we get the dark blue. We add to custom colors and we say OK. And then we would get this dark blue background. Let's make some other changes. As I said, the foreground in the default is yellow. Well, I like it white, so I choose white. I can choose that here from this color chart, and I add custom colors and I say OK. Now the text will be white, and the hyperlinks I like yellow, so I pick a yellow here. And if I don't like that yellow, I can move this pointer a little bit, and I add and I say OK. And now I have a blue background with a white writing and yellow hyperlinks. And then I say save the changes. Okay, and then I get an unsaved theme, which I have to save. I right click on that and say save theme, and let's call it test. Okay, we'll save that theme. Okay, and I'll go back here and apply it. Okay, and now I have that theme. So if I go into, let me just go out of here and out of here. We don't have to save that. And now of course I have no background picture, because the background picture and some of the settings, for example cursor settings, etc., they go with the theme. So I would have to get a background picture. Let me just go into pictures. I have a few pictures here. Into pictures. Let's use this one here. Set this as background. Okay, and now we have a background picture. Okay, so much for that. It's actually extremely simple. You right click, personalize, and then you go to colors here. Now you may want to change other colors. For example, I don't like this black here, the black background. You take the black background, and I like kind of a brownish one. Let's see whether we can get some brownish. Yeah, that's a nice one. And we add this, and then your buttons will be brownish, and so on and so forth. And what other colors you want to change here, you change them the way I just showed you, and that is actually quite simple. And then always, if you're done with all your changes, then you always have to save the changes, and you end up with an unsaved theme, which you have to save by right clicking and save the theme. The ones we had is our test theme here, so that's the one we were working with last. And when we came in, we had a different one, and I don't remember which one that was. Anyhow, so that is what I wanted to quickly show you. I'm sure you can do that. And the two examples that I showed you, the Windows 10 and Windows 8.1 examples, they are shown later in the tutorials. All the numbers are there if you want to make the settings exactly like it, but that is not necessary. You can do your own.